You are now listening to the Wake and Bake podcast with Buck Stallion.
You have to take responsibility here. I've been coming to grips with my own brokenness in this situation, my own failures, my own shortcomings, and I know there needs to be deep-seated structural reform in terms of how the department operates. The systemically racist system needs to be revamped. The police union needs to be put in its place. We need to make sure that everything from the union contract to the way that the arbitration functions to the way that our officers and the culture in the department behaves, it all becomes
Jacob Frye, we have a yes or no question for you. Hey, fist up, y'all. Fist up. Jacob Frye, we have a yes or no question for you. Yes or no, will you commit to defunding Minneapolis Police Department? What did I say? We don't want no more police. Is that clear? We don't want people with guns toting around in our community, shooting us down. You have an answer? It is a yes or a no. It is a yes or a no. Will you defund the Minneapolis Police Department? All right, be quiet, y'all. Be quiet, because it's important that we actually hear this. It's important that we hear this, because if y'all don't know, he's up for re-election next year. If y'all don't know, he's up for re-election next year. And if he says no, guess what the fuck we gonna do next year? What'd you say?
I do not support the full abolition of the police.
All right, get the fuck out of here. Go, get out of here. Go home, Jacob, go home. 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 Go home, Jacob.
Despite a litany of public appeals from many people, including me back in January, not to let American lives and the U.S. economy on the world hang on his confidence, quote, the Chinese word.
Sources operating in the city. Well, I preface it by saying, as you probably saw, there's military on the steps of Lincoln Memorial. What is it? Now I'll read it to you. Soldiers on the steps of the Lincoln military on the steps of Lincoln Memorial. What is it? Now I'll read it to you.
Yeah. They're burning the American flag. Again.
I've never proved anything except their ignorance.
What would you have to say to those burning the American flag?
Well, move. Get the hell out of the country.
Why are you detaining me? You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose your job. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job.
Oh my goodness.
You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job because you are detaining me for nothing. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your J-O-B. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job. Get this dance. You about to lose your job.
Oh my goodness. Yes, boy.
Is this shit worth you losing your job? Cause you bought to. Cause you ain't got no reason.
Are you one of those people who's raging against Trump? You know, the protests in America and all that. Are you one of those who's acting like, you know, Trump is the devil himself? If you are, you're a fucking moron, or you're a fucking crook. Because let's look at some realities here. The reality is, in Libya right now, there are slave markets where black men are bought and sold today as property. Today. Not 200 years ago, today. And it happened during Obama's presidency, and it happened when Hillary Clinton was the US Foreign Minister, which is the Secretary of State. Did that bother you? Do you protest? Did any of these people burning and looting and protesting go burn anything then? Are you protesting the slave markets of Libya? No. How about concentration camps? You think Trump's a Nazi? There are concentration camps in China right now. Hundreds of thousands of Uyghur Muslim men are in concentration camps run by China. China is having Han Chinese men sleeping with the wives of these Muslim women so that they get they get Han children. China is raping Muslim women by the thousands. Are you protesting? No. Are you protesting about the LGBT, the homosexuals who get thrown off buildings as sinners in the Middle East? No. Arab militias killed 300,000 blacks in Sudan not too long ago. Did that bother you? No. George Bush, Hillary Clinton, Joe Biden sent America to a war built on a bunch of lies that ended up breaking the Middle East and ended up in the deaths of, what, maybe 1 million people? Did you protest? No. Iran is jailing women for 30 years only for the sin of removing their headscarves. Does that bother you? No. You guys are hypocrites. Because the reality is that everywhere in the world where there is real horror, real slave markets, real slavery, real slaughter of black people, real concentration camps, real persecution of LGBTs, real persecution of women, you don't give a shit about any of that. You don't give a shit about the leaders of both the Democrat and the Republican parties who caused slaughter of vast scale for nothing. But Trump, who hasn't done anything, who hasn't even gone to war when the American deep state keeps wanting him to go to war, he refuses to go to war, he refuses to kill people, that drives you nuts. You're stupid. I don't know how self-righteous you think you are. I mean, every bloody idiot in the world, like Salman Rushdie is giving lectures to Trump about tyranny and dictatorship. Jesus, really? I hope Trump wins in 2020. And I hope that he will make you guys cry for some more years yet. Because you guys are crooks and fools. You guys are dishonest. And you guys are full of self-righteousness that counts for nothing. Because you do not want to look at the real evils in the world. Hey Trump, go Trump, make America great. Fuck 'em.
People today by the color of their eyes. The blue-eyed people are the better people in this room. Oh, yes, they are. Blue-eyed people are smarter than brown-eyed people. They are cleaner than brown-eyed people. They are more civilized than brown-eyed people. The blue-eyed people get 5 extra minutes of recess, while the brown-eyed people have to stay in. The brown-eyed people do not get to use the drinking fountain. You'll have to use the paper cups. You brown-eyed people are not to play with the blue-eyed people on the playground because you are not as good as blue-eyed people. Well, the brown-eyed people in this room today are going to wear collars so that we can tell from a distance what color your eyes are. On page 127. 127. Is everyone ready? Everyone but Laurie. Ready, Laurie? Brown-eyed. She's a brown-eyed.
And it seemed like when we were down on the bottom, everything bad was happening to us. The way they treated you, you felt like you didn't even want to try to do anything. It seemed like Mrs. Elliott was taking our best friends away from us.
What happened at recess? Were two of you boys fighting?
Yeah, John. Russell and John.
What happened, John?
Russell called me names and I hit him in the gut.
What did he call you?
Brown eyes.
Why do you suppose you call him brown eyes?
Because he has brown eyes.
Is that the only reason? He didn't call him brown eyes yesterday, and he had brown eyes yesterday.
I watched what had been marvelous, cooperative, wonderful, thoughtful children turn into nasty, vicious, discriminating little third graders in a space of 15 minutes.
Yesterday, I told you that brown-eyed people aren't as good as blue-eyed people. That wasn't true. I lied to you yesterday. Brown-eyed people are better than blue-eyed people. They're smarter than blue-eyed people. And if you don't believe it, look at Brian. Do blue-eyed people know how to sit in a chair? Very sad. Very, very sad.
I used Orton Gillingham Phonics. We used the card pack. And the children, the brown-eyed children, were in the low class the first day, and it took them 5.5 minutes to get through the card pack. The second day, it took them 2.5 minutes. The only thing that had changed was the fact that now they were superior people.
I thought you were going to get you went faster than I ever had anyone go through the card pack. Well, why couldn't you get them yesterday?
We had collars on.
You think the collars kept you?
Keep thinking about those collars.
Oh.
My eyes kept getting rolling around.
Oh, and you couldn't think as well with the collars on. 4 minutes and 18 seconds.
I know we weren't going to make it.
How long did it take you yesterday?
3 minutes.
3 minutes. How long did it take you today?
4 minutes and 18 seconds.
Should the color of some other person's eyes have anything to do with how you treat them?
No.
All right, then should the color of their skin?
No.
Should you judge people by the color of their skin?
No.
Does it make any difference whether their skin is black or white?
No.
Or yellow?
No.
Or red?
No.
Is that how you decide whether people are good or bad?
No.
Is that what makes people good or bad?
No.
Jane Elliott's third graders have learned something of what it is to be isolated and separated from other people. Not because of what you are, but because of the color of your eyes, or the color of a piece of cloth around your neck, or the color of your skin.
Well, here's the thing, man. Whenever the cops gun down an innocent black man, they always say the same things, man. They always say the same thing. It's like, well, it's not most cops. It's just a few bad apples. It's just a few bad apples. Bad apple. That's a lovely name for murderer. It's like, how'd they get that one? Bad apple. That almost sounds nice. I mean, I've had a bad apple. It was tart, but it didn't choke me out. Here's the thing. I know it's hard being a cop. I know it's hard. I know that shit's dangerous. I know it is, okay? But some jobs can't have bad apples, okay? Some jobs, everybody gotta be good. Like pilots. You know? American Airlines can't be like, you know, most of our pilots like to land. We just got a few bad apples that like to crash in the mountains. Please bear with us.
Who's the other guy? Truth Turtle? He's friendly.
I love Truth Turtle.
No, yeah, he's nice. You don't love him. You mean you love him?
He's great.
Who the hell is he?
He says the nicest things.
He does say very nice things. Who gives a fuck? Says nice things.
Woo! Impeach that ugly-faced dog!
Did you ever hear the tragedy of Darth Plagueis the Wise? I thought not. That's not a story the Jedi would tell you. It's a Sith legend. Darth Plagueis was a Dark Lord of the Sith, so powerful and so wise he could use the Force to influence the midichlorians to create life. He had such a knowledge of the dark side that he could even keep the ones he cared about from dying. The dark side of the Force is a pathway to many abilities some consider to be unnatural. He became so powerful, the only thing he was afraid of was losing his power, which eventually, of course, he didn't. Unfortunately, he taught his apprentice everything he knew. Then his apprentice killed him in his sleep. Ironic. He could save others from death.
Buck and pals and all their fascinating friends and mysterious enemies in the super scientific century.
This castle is in unacceptable condition! Unacceptable! 1,000,000 years dungeon!
So much to take in today. I have a few guests that are going to be joining us today to talk about this latest development in the whole George Floyd, Black Lives Matter, COVID-19, World War suppression thing. And right now we have an ex-Californian actually that has just joined us, but we don't have any audio. All we have is video. And now we have a muted microphone. We're going to unmute. There you go. There you go. All right. So, hi, Marcy. You've moved out.
Hi.
Okay, don't ever say that word again. Whatever that word was, it's really annoying. It rakes on the ears. Okay. Is your cat gonna meow the whole time?
God damn it, cat. Probably.
Okay, so let me ask you this: Have you marched on behalf of any of the protests?
I have not yet. No, I haven't. I have not yet. Where I live is I need to. I feel like an asshole but I've been doing other things, but no, I have not been able to march. No.
What state are you in?
I'm in Ohio.
Ohio. Now, yeah, so Ohio, you guys didn't even have a lockdown, did you?
No. Did we have a lockdown? I mean, I'm so stoned all the time, it's hard to tell. No, I'm kidding. No, we had a little bit of a lockdown.
Like,
right, Connie? I'm trying to confer with my cousin here.
For the COVID part of the year?
We did have a lockdown, yeah. Many things have been closed. I mean, I live in a small city in Ohio. It's like near Akron.
Oh.
So there's Cleveland, and then I'm about 45 minutes away from Cleveland. So it's a very small Republican town. So it's not as prevalent here. A lot of things aren't as prevalent in this little town that I'm in, to be honest with you. People don't wear masks. I mean, I'd say, 50% of people don't? I'd say over 70% of people just don't give a shit.
What were your numbers? What were your death tolls even like out there for that?
Summit County, where I live in, what's our death toll? It was like 100 and something people. What is it? My cousin and I, see, I think it's all conspiracy. I think they just take the tests before you take them. But, oh, she's saying 2,000. I don't know.
2,000 for the
that.
state? For your state?
No, for our, is it for our state? Well, she's going to get statistics. I don't fucking know. You know.
Well,
to be honest with
so out in Ohio, you guys had like a march for Floyd?
No, yes, in downtown, and it was huge. I know some people that went, and it was pretty good and peaceful here. It wasn't, nothing went violent here. How about now? Where are you at? You're in California, obviously, but where in California are you at?
We're up here in NorCal. There's not a lot of activity going on either. I mean, there's a lot of people, you know, letting people know that they have guns. You know, there's a lot of stance on that.
Everyone's arming themselves.
No boarding up though. Nobody's boarding up windows because it's like like basically nobody's gonna have it. You know what I mean? Like they're just not gonna.
Yeah.
It wouldn't go down here like that in the same capacity that it does where you have more people per capita or per square foot even. But yeah, out here, the violence shit and everything wouldn't go down. But I just heard, I was trying to get my boy Big Nose to come on because he's up in Washington.
Is his name really Big Nose? Is it really Big Nose?
No, but you should see his nose. Oh. It's huge.
Is it bigger than my nose? Because
I don't know. Yeah, you know, I mean,
I have a pretty big nose. My dad had a really big nose. Is he Italian?
No, he's Greek. He's got
Oh, that's worse. That's probably a real big one.
Yeah, he's got
real big. Those Greeks.
But he said that California is on fire in the news up there.
Really?
Oh yeah, like we're fucking. It is all out riots as far as the news is concerned in Washington, in California. California is fucking has fallen. As far as the news is concerned up north, but I don't know.
You know what?
I'm really glad that I got you on the show because your input is so in depth because you have no fucking clue what's going on around you.
No clue. I mean, I watch the news. I'm watching the news. I'm inside. Everybody's inside.
Do you at least have one black friend?
I have 4.
You have 4 black friends? 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Have you talked to them? Have you let them know that you're supporting them in this time?
Absolutely. Yeah. You know, I wouldn't. I mean, I know racism exists, but I just never. It's just fucking crazy to me because I've never had to deal with racism. You've never had to deal with racism. We're both white. Some people think I'm Spanish and just start talking Spanish to me, which is stupid.
Yeah, to me, you're almost like Fran Drescher, whatever she is.
I think is Fran Drescher Italian or Jewish? Oh, she's Jewish. Well, same difference, just bigger asses on one end.
Yeah, I guess it's but we have joined with us. We have Mr. T-Dub. How are you, T-Dub?
Hello. Good to see you.
Good to see you, man.
Hello.
Hey.
Hi.
And you're not wearing a mask today, so you're feeling positive about the atmosphere?
Yippee.
Why not?
Come say hi.
So have you been doing any like she's out in Ohio, but have you been doing any protesting yourself, Mr. T-Dub?
No, I'm staying indoors as much as possible.
Yeah. It's been really windy.
My heart's there. I'm in spirit there, but I'm not out there physically.
Is it health reasons that's keeping you?
Definitely.
Yeah. It's been pretty windy. Allergies have been pretty crazy. But I do think it's interesting that for a lot of people the whole coronavirus doesn't even matter right now in the lieu of getting some new shoes. or flipping a cop car or burning something. But not necessarily here. I mean, have you seen any violence yourself?
Just that Oakdale thing. Their little scuff.
Oh, what? Now I don't know exactly. I heard rumors about it. From what I understand, it looks like a homie of mine. It looks like my friend Dave Bristow, but it wasn't Dave Bristow. But he lives out there. But he kind of has like a similar beard. What happened out there in Oakdale?
Just from what I understand, somebody drove by and threw something at a protester, and then another protester punched the passenger who was in the car that had something thrown from it. And then somehow after that ended, there was some girl that was bleeding. But I was watching videos of it. There was usually sticking to both sides of the streets, but then some of them, the video I saw, some of them, an older white gentleman was pretty upset, getting in everybody's face, like very angry.
Yeah.
Very angry, and they just kept screaming peaceful protest in his face, and that just pissed him off even more.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah. You got those.
But it shut down the street, so I can see why people were mad.
You've got those aggressive people out there. You know what I mean? In the rural communities, where you don't have to interact with anybody, and now people are forcing you to fucking deal with, like I think that's the importance of the whole thing. Is I understand it's about disruption. It isn't you know what I mean? Like, it isn't about you should be able to just go shopping on. I mean, yeah, you're an American and whatever, but like when there's so many Americans that are affected by something like police violence or racism, to me, it's justified. What's the word? Like, just interference. It's, I mean, I try not to let it doesn't hurt my feelings, and I do what I can to stay out of its way, and let it do its thing. Dude, like I've been saying it. I mean, I have no shame in saying if I was 20 years younger, I'd probably be out there angrily burning shit. I'd probably be arrested. You know what I mean?
You would have already been arrested for sure.
Yeah.
You would have already punched a cop and fucking.
Yeah,
sure.
and I feel like I don't think I could take a rubber bullet to the face anymore. You know what I mean?
No one should.
Nobody should.
But I just don't. I feel like that there's younger, more durable soldiers out there, and
that's how I feel. That's the big reason why I'm just like I'm chilling in my own way.
It was
supporting in my own way.
Like 3 years ago, I was delivering Mother's Day flowers in a box truck, and I was jumping in and out of the truck like a parachute trooper, and I thought I was all tough, and I was like, dude, I'm like smashing, but then I started getting like slower, and like my legs started getting sluggish, after like day 2, and I couldn't figure it out, and then like that night, like I couldn't even sleep. I was just like all, my body was in so much pain. But like day 1, I actually thought I could enlist in the military. You know what I mean?
Right.
And then like, and then like day 2, day 2 was like, oh, you're 40. Oh no, you're 40 years old. Like, that's what they fucking mean. Like, and I'm not an athlete anymore. I don't know if, you guys have seen my fucking titties, but like, I'm not a gymnast anymore.
So anyway.
I'm not a gymnast. I'm not a soccer player. I'm not a fucking kung fu fighter. I'm not you know what I mean? Like, I don't even know if I could do a cartwheel. So, like, if I'm out there, I don't know, like, I'm pretty sure I would be a fucking martyr if I went out there. You know what I mean? Like, I just become, I'd become the ragdoll dead white guy in the street, for who? For my family? Are they going to be proud? No. I don't know, dude. And also, dude, like, that's the other thing is, like, I learned how to speak French because whenever this country gets so fucked up, I can't go to Mexico. I can't run south. I gotta go north.
Canada.
So, yeah, I gotta go to Canada. I figured, like, Toronto's nice. I like the Blue Jays, fucking, it's pretty.
You still got baseball?
They got the waterfalls out there. you know.
As long as Aaron Carter's not still there, I'll go.
Aaron Carter, the musician?
Yeah, he's crazy.
Yeah, but I think he's really a product of his environment.
It's just
anxiety and depression are a hell of a thing.
So now here's the evolution of this whole fucking conversation that I wanted to have, and I'm glad that you guys are here because even though I was trying to get my hard right friend on just because I wanted to get a good spectrum,
different viewpoints,
but
sure.
But I'll play devil's advocate on his behalf today since he couldn't play because I'm good at that, huh, Tony?
You go for it.
Dude, me and Tony used to spend hours together in a room, and I would just ask him, but why, Tony? But why? Well, how do you know? And Tony would just drill me I started going, okay. But then, even Tony will agree. There was still times where we walked away from each other going, dude, he's never gonna, I don't know. It's not gonna work. But,
he's never.
I'm hopeless. And I'm okay. Just accept me for my hopelessness, So
you don't want a Josh Harder sign for your yard.
Yeah, no. Although, dude, I gotta thank Josh Harder. Shout out Josh Harder. Thanks for fucking making sure my daughter got her money. In that hard time of losing her job from COVID.
Whoa.
Okay. Whoa. Less bass. Turn down your mic. So, so here's the question. Have you guys seen anything regarding the fact that George Floyd might not be dead?
Nothing.
Okay, I have, but I think it was from your page.
Oh, that doesn't count.
What's this all about?
Okay, so here's the
thing.
About? So I started seeing videos, and I don't know if I posted the video whenever I first saw it because I thought it was kind of in bad taste because it was right after it happened, within a week of it happening. And yeah, I have some couth. Sorry, I try to have a little couth, but I just thought it was in bad taste to question the integrity of his death within the first week.
Gotcha.
And
no,
so
for sure.
And so
you don't want to be like Alex Jones.
Yeah, I'll see what Alex Jones gets the wrath of, or fucking. I'll see what if somebody else starts talking about it, then I'll bring it up. Even Sam Tripoli, I'll go. If Sam Tripoli's talking about it, then it seems like it's fair game. He just hit 100,000 subscribers on YouTube, so he's not that oppressed for his thoughts and conspiracies. But, so the video that I saw a few weeks back, I guess it was, the first week that he passed, or allegedly was murdered, it shows footage from, they were already questioning the integrity of, why was he all the way, the store was here, X, and then he's over here, and they have footage on a close footage camera. He's on a wall, a quarter block away around the corner. You know what I mean? They got him pinned up against the wall. He hasn't been, unless they were, walking with him from the store, because the cop car was in front of the store, right? And then they have the cop, and then they have him back in the car, and he's in the car, and they're punching him in the car, allegedly. You can't see. They're making motions. They're making motions, and then and now he's out of the car, and his head's pinned up against the fucking tire, and the footage that we all know is shooting from that side of the street behind where the car is kind of blocking you, and you have the Asian dude standing there, or the Asian cop. And then you have the guy with his head on him, and the other guy is down by George's legs, right? So they're all there, and there's one guy's saying something along the lines of, yeah, run, or something like that in the background. So that's one person talking to another person, and then there's a woman that's going, oh, he can't look, he's bleeding, right? Okay, so...
He's gasping for breath.
Yeah, he can't breathe. He can't. Yeah, right. Okay, so how many people would you say that you hear in that video?
Maybe 8.
Okay? So, right? I don't see anybody, though. You only see the cops. You only see George Floyd from that angle. You never see anybody. You hear a group of people, but you never see anybody from that angle, right?
I thought I saw some pedestrians' feet, like in the camera view.
I'll have to look at it again. But here's what I know for sure, because the footage that I saw was from the other side of the street. Somebody's filming, and it's the same shit's going on. But there is not a single person on the other side of that police car. There is nobody there, Tony.
What?
There is nobody. Nobody. Like, not even like they could be inside the building behind a pane of window. You know what I'm saying? Like, nothing. Like, it's dude, it's a brick fucking
it's easy
wall.
To believe what the media tells us. That's crazy. What if it's just all edited? Because you never see him going from the car to being put on the ground. It's just edited from the car, then he's on the ground.
Yeah.
Right? With his head on the...
Well, I've only seen the clip. I've never seen the 100% footage. I've never seen all the footage, because, like, there's somebody that I was watching on YouTube for a while, where they took all the body cams and all the CCTVs and or the CCTVs, like they took all the cameras that were in that and they synced them so that you had all the everything was real time. So kind of like if you were watching like all the fucking cameras in a nightclub. You can see them come, the fight starts over here and now it's in camera 2 and now it's on camera 3, whatever. But this is like you're watching everybody's body cam, and so you're seeing, where they are, like whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And but so I haven't seen anything like this where it's all sequenced like that yet. But it would be interesting to see. Because, like,
it would be.
Why the fuck was he half a block away or down and around the corner? Like, was he really, and it doesn't look like he's even resisting any of the times. It looks like he's totally just, like, standing there. Like, they're, like, trying to get the lighting right? Or, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. And then, why did he have to have a closed casket? If this is the icon of the Black Lives Matter movement for 2020... You know what I mean?
I didn't know that.
Why wouldn't his casket be opened yesterday? And it just, I don't know, dude. There's just a lot of, and then also some fucked up shit, Tony. Obama put out this thing, I don't know if you saw this, but it says May 17th. They put out a thing, May 17th, for Black Lives Matter. Obama, the Obama whatever, like their little .com or whatever it is. But dude didn't die until May 25th. And there's a picture from the Obama thing, their tweet from May 17th, and they're holding a Black Lives Matter thing, or it says, "This is America." It doesn't say Black Lives Matter. It says, "This is America" on the banner, and it's George Floyd's face. Because you can't, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know, dude. It's kind of,
crazy.
Page?
Yeah, I posted it on my Wake and Bake. Like, because then somebody it was Sam Tripoli actually that had posted it. But it's that, what's that Obama, whatever Obama has, the Twitter, his own little tweet thing?
Yeah.
Obama USA, or I don't know. Let me look real quick. Oh, okay. Here I have
heard that conspiracy because.
So it's. Did you tune into Barack Obama's commencement message last night? Here are a few of our favorite watch parties. Respond to this thread with your photo from last night and keep the celebration going. And it's fucking George Floyd. 5/17. The Obama Foundation posted it, and it's on Obama.org. That the picture was from, and it says "This is America," and it's a picture of George Floyd. And then like if
I see it, that was from 5 days ago.
Okay, that was.
Yeah. Well, because it just says "This is America."
So go to the Obama Foundation 517 post then for me.
I'm looking.
Because that would be that's the only thing.
They deleted it.
May what? 17th?
Yeah.
May 14th, May 16th, May 16th, May 16th, May 16th, May 16th. There was nothing posted on there until the 20th. So from May 16th to the 20th, he didn't post.
Weird. Yeah, this is a screenshot that somebody posted. I think it was Sam Tripoli actually posted it.
You know what I want to talk about?
Okay, go.
Sean Hannity. His wife is getting a divorce from him because he's individual number 3 in the Mueller report. So she's trying to protect her assets when he goes down.
What is asset number 3 though? Please explain.
Individual number 3.
Say what? Oh, I lost you.
Individual number 3 in the Mueller report.
Individual number 3.
Yes, and he's going to be. He knows now that he's under investigation, and so his wife, to protect her half of his money, is filing for divorce.
Wow.
Okay.
So watch soon. You'll see Sean Hannity be going down. And there's someone else too that just did that. Oh, the cop in the George Floyd thing. His wife, she left him and is divorcing him because to protect his pension.
Yeah. Well, or she's sick of his asshole racist shit, and she's like, I don't want to be connected to that motherfucker.
Could be, but just that lifestyle.
Yeah.
Even if he's an asshole, if you get a coach person,
Yeah. Well, dude, I mean, that's just a smart business move, though. You can't blame either one of them for that. But Hannity, so the Mueller report, explain that to me again. Which one was that? So
that is that Mueller, the AG, or what the hell was he? I can't even think what he was. He was, anyway, he wrote the report on the Russia collusion stuff.
Oh,
and so in that report...
But you mean with Biden's son?
Did you know that they investigated that and it was cleared again?
Oh, no, I didn't know that.
Yes. They just closed the investigation on Biden's son.
Okay.
They did an audit from everything that he worked on for that oil company, and they found nothing. And that's coming straight from Ukraine.
So
that
Biden's son...
investigation that Trump wanted done.
So Biden's son's clear. Trump's clear. Is Hillary clear yet?
Trump is not cleared. Trump is not cleared, and they even said that. Mueller even said that on TV.
Yeah.
That he's not clear.
Oh, I thought he was.
Of course Trump says he's clear, because he's a fucking moron. It was a perfect call.
That's what...
I handled this whole pandemic perfectly.
Oh, hey,
120,000 dead.
What'd you think of? Did he just put out that thing where he's like, I'm signing this thing about no more fucking racism or something? Did that just happen? You know what I'm talking about?
I didn't hear that.
Yeah, there was like something, I don't know. I didn't know. He was talking about like George Floyd. He would look down. He's probably smiling right now because a lot of good things.
He was talking about the unemployment numbers, how they went up.
Unemployment went up?
Well, they lied about the numbers, but he used the fake numbers in the speech he was talking about. And he's like, the unemployment's down, and, I think George Floyd would be looking down on this, really happy with the way that it's going. Basically.
I couldn't believe he said that. I couldn't believe he said that.
It's insane.
I mean, I don't think it's insane. I don't know. I don't know.
I think he's definitely on Adderall for sure, Trump. I mean, which is great. I mean, whatever.
I was thinking about that the other day. I want whatever Johnny Cash. I think our president should be whatever Johnny Cash was on. You know what I mean?
That's a good idea.
I think I think that if Trump is on that shit, then I'm okay with that. Because here's the thing: you don't really sleep. You know what I mean? And you're always like, and you make conscious, like subconscious decisions. You know what I mean? Like, cause I had this one guy that I worked with at Guitar Center. His name was Asa, and he was so weird. He was like a semi-famous musician. They were like touring and shit. I can't remember the name of the band he was in, but he was like one of those fucking emo kids that like flung his guitar around his whole fucking body and shit, you know? And he was a little scrawny fucking guy, and I went over to his house one time to hang out. I think we went to smoke weed or something, and it was like he had no bed. He had just like a blanket on the floor, but he had like all these, he had like all these computer things. Like he was like a hacker, you know, fucking emo dude, whatever. And that was all he invested in. He never bought a bed, never bought dresser. He wore like the same like 7, you know, outfits like over and over again. I never really thought about it. I thought he was just being like a fucking rock star guy. But like I guess like that was, you know, like that was his real life. But what was I saying about that kid? Oh, he was telling me I'm on Adderall. I'm always on Adderall. And I'm just like, that's why you live like a crackhead. Like, you know what I mean? Like, you're doing, right. But he's famous. You know, he's fucking famous. So he's doing it right. Like, right. He's just not investing. He's just not investing. You know, I would have a bed. I would have a fucking bed, you know, a car. He just had like a blanket and a really good computer. Like he had the dopest computer, but it was all on the ground. He didn't even have a desk for it.
And a blanket.
Yeah.
That's it.
Yeah, that's all you need.
All you need is a blanket.
So moving on with that, that would be my next thing is, if any of this fucking comes out to be, you know, whatever. I mean, I did play a clip earlier, Tony. You probably, I don't know if you were listening to the show prior to me sending you the invite to do this part of the show. But I posted, there's a guy that I took a clip from, and actually it doesn't say, I don't have any information on it. But it was something that somebody, I posted it on my Instagram as well. But it's basically, I guess I could play it really fast here for you so you can hear. It's maybe it's this one? No, this one.
Are you one of those people who's raging against Trump? You know, the protests in America and all that. Are you one of those who's acting like, you know, Trump is the devil himself?
Did you hear that?
Yeah.
Could you hear that? Okay. Well, so that guy elaborates on how slavery is still going on over in Europe, and you know, like he
called minimum wage.
No.
Yeah,
like real,
right.
like actual human trafficking is what he's talking about, and he's talking about how
that's terrible.
How women are, you know, groomed, and how, you know, children are being sold, and you know, like he basically goes into like all the other evils of the world, and he's like, everybody's mad at Trump, but they're not protesting it. But then I also posted a clip of the moon, and you know, everybody keeps joking.
Last night, the moon.
It's of the moon. It's of the moon. It's like a day shot, like, so it's all blue, and you're looking at the moon like in the day, but you can see like the crescent of it, you know, and then it's a wide shot, and then it gets a little tighter, and it gets a little tighter, and each time it gets tighter, you can see a little bit more detail, but you can see some things going over the surface of the moon and leaving shadows. And like I said, everybody's been joking about it, but what do you guys think about the possibility of, and this just occurred to me because of the Valiant Thor theory that people from Venus came here back during Nixon's vice presidency and LBJ, and fucking told us that if we could get our shit together, they would teach us how to like live longer and how to live, safe and in peace. And we were basically like, nah, we're cool with capitalism right now. And we're cool with the power structure that we have here on Earth. Like, we're working it out ourselves. So, like, no thanks. But, like, I almost was thinking about what if we could get the whole world to fucking understand that everybody is a human being or everybody is equal and that and if everybody could agree that Black Lives Matter, that maybe the aliens, the Greys, may come and help us and show us the fucking next level. You know what I mean? But like right now we have to like with the COVID we had to purge the old people. Okay, and now we bring back a race riot, and we see who's really, like, how bad does it get? Oh, okay, well, the blacks won this time. Okay, good, then it's better that now. We got rid of enough old-thinking people, you know what I mean, that we can fucking evolve. You know what I'm saying? Because as long as there's a 100-year-old fucking Civil War vet that's gonna say fucking F a N-word, you know what I'm saying? Like, then we're always going to have that, that's going to be passed on to the next generation in some bit, shape, or form. You know what I mean? I don't know. That's just my theory. So it was something that occurred to me is like, let's say George Floyd died. I think that's horrible. If George Floyd didn't die and it's all part of this thing, it makes sense to me. But it's going to suck if we're so good with technology that we can expose this also. You know what I mean? Like the game didn't work. But we also have another die-off. You know what I mean? November still is yet to come. And the COVID could actually have another fucking good sweep on us.
And if it mutates,
yeah.
If it mutates, oh, that's horrible.
Yeah. Yeah. So what do you guys think, though? Aliens? No aliens.
That would be weird. I mean, how can you... Christianity, religion, that would just like, whoa, they would flip out. They would flip out.
Well, that's why they have to die from COVID. You know what I mean? That's why they have to die in the race riots. That's why, like, all this shit has to equal... Like, remember I told you, Tony, I don't vote because the fucking world will work itself out. And, like, this is like a growing pain, and it's probably the most painful growing pain we've had in a long time. For this country especially. But the whole world, allegedly, is protesting on behalf of Black Lives Matter. But I don't know if that's true. Because I'm not there. I don't know what those fucking parades are really about. What if those revolutions... What if that's revolution against fucking who's the big family? Rothschilds. What if that's a protest against the Rothschilds? But they're telling us, "Oh, yay, everybody's rooting for Black lives. Yay." You know what I mean?
Well, yeah, but I mean that's a thin line. I don't know.
I just said Rothschilds.
That's like flat earth, kind of shit.
Well,
if you're standing in one place high enough, you can see the curve of the earth.
Yeah.
I've seen it myself.
So you don't believe in flat earth anymore? That's good.
I've never believed in that. Come on, man.
Well, then you can come around in a lot of ways. There's a lot of things that you could change your mind on.
Hey, if aliens come, right on. That would be so weird. So weird.
I mean, dude, like you said, though, it would, like Reagan said back in the day, I think if aliens fucking showed up, we'd all have to get our shit together. You know what I mean? We'd all learn to unite. Or...
Man, I don't know. I would... Come on.
You don't think... Would you be a defector? Would you join the aliens? Would you turn your own people over? Would you become a slave trader to your own people if it meant saving your own life when the aliens come, bro?
Oh, God, no. If it's going to be like that, no, I'm not down with that. But I just, I don't know. These guys couldn't even get a haircut and they were having a cow. Can you imagine them trying to deal with fucking aliens? Shit, man. those wackos, man. Those Proud Boys.
Well, dude, I mean I think that's part of the problem too, is that if they were gonna come and they fucking and we haven't, like, dude, nobody cared about the footage. They post, how many did they release? 3 videos of fucking actual aliens flying, and they're like, yep, these are UFOs. Yep, you guys remember these from 2004? Well, we are gonna confirm these are real. You know,
we're so overwhelmed. There's so much going on right now. It's just.
But dude, what a great time to drop that, and nobody cares. So then they're like, dude, whenever they come again, they're gonna be like, dude, remember we told you? Yeah. It was during the COVID, and everybody's gonna be like, oh yeah, they did. Oh shit.
Here's your new overlords.
Yeah. I don't know, dude. I mean, I think that's the whole thing. Is like, I feel like, I mean, I guess this is what it's like to have religion in your life, right? You just think that, like, everything is a test. You know what I mean?
But then again, though, if the aliens were coming, they would have enslaved us a long time ago. Why wait now? It's all this time. If they
No. I don't think that they're going to enslave us. I just think that fucking, that there's going to be good and bad. You know what I'm saying? I think there's going to be something good and there's going to be something bad, and I think that the average Earthling is probably going to feel like they're being enslaved, whether they are or not. You know what I mean? Because because the whole idea of Valiant Thors was to teach us how to live differently than we are, and so we have to change what we're doing, which it means we were doing it wrong in the 50s when he came. You know what I mean? Like but we could have turned it around then. Right around the civil rights movement, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But we chose not to, because and you know what? Like, I've said it.
Well, we didn't choose that.
No, Nixon and his homie LBJ. But you know, like, I think that fucking what's interesting about that though is that that's a whole mentality. Have you ever heard Nixon's rant about the gays?
Oh, well, I've heard him say stuff about gays, but, you know,
bro,
pay attention.
My grandpa was like 90 something whenever he passed away, and he knew Reagan and he knew Nixon, and he told me that Nixon was a pretty level dude, but he also told me that Trump, you know, before he passed, he said Trump didn't have a fucking farts wind, you know, or farts chance fucking to become president. You know what I'm saying? So it kind of, you know, I wish he could have lived to seen his brain fucking explode. But at the same time, like, so what I was getting at, was just the fact that my grandpa pretty much has told me that Nixon was a pretty good dude until he became president, or until he started working in the White House. And it was around the time that he fucking, because he was a governor, right? Wasn't he a governor here?
Nixon here, governor? No, that was Reagan.
Reagan was governor, but Nixon, Nixon was senator then or something? I don't know. Anyway, how it came down was my grandpa basically tried to vouch for Nixon, said that he was cool until he became president, and then, you know, everything got planned for keeps, and so that changed everything.
You lose power, you're just the face of what's going on.
But he was a bigot, bro. Like, he was that. Big time.
Shit. Can you imagine him living through the AIDS epidemic? If he really hated gays in the 70s, man, he would have really hated gays in the 80s. Shit.
Big time.
Let them all die.
Yep. Yep. Well, anyways, guys, thanks for joining me.
Happy Pride.
I hope everybody, you know, stays safe. You know, remember to show support to your brothers and sisters out there in any way that you can. You don't necessarily have to go march and put yourself in harm's way. There are peaceful things going on. I saw down in Southern California, some motherfuckers are like oming and yogaing. I mean, that really doesn't fucking help shit. But at the same time, there's things you can do. So try to be proactive in what you believe. Doesn't necessarily mean that you have to be a fucking racist.